Day 6, Mr. Beast $1 million puzzle clue hunting. The weekend is here. Valentine's Day is here. Rest assured, I am still here, and we're in the lab. We're trying to solve clues. We're trying to solve this $1 million puzzle. Let me just awkwardly make sure I'm live. Yep, good to go. Last time screwed up the stream with a black bar on the bottom. Hopefully, don't screw up anything this time. Let's get right into it though, guys. We'll start where we always start. MrBeast.salesforce.com, the go-to source for our clues that we've been getting every day. So this is all old information. We'll go down to Friday, February 13th. And it says, it's Friday the 13th and we want your answers. Slackbot is humming along nicely. We've had hundreds of thousands of players hit the site and begin conversations. It's been cool. We think you folks are about ready for the next stage to start, but we don't know that. And the word know is bold. So he says, here's how you can let us know. Create a puzzle card for every puzzle you think you've already solved. Put in an answer and start a conversation with Slackbot in that card. That'll tell us what you're aware of and what you're not. Then we'll know what to send your way. So when I saw this clue, the first thing that came to my mind was the conversation we had yesterday about the milestones on Slackbot. And I was recommending getting these done. There's still no proof that we do need to get these done. But what he says is, if we want to let them know that we're ready for the next stage, literally in bold, here's what we have to do. We have to create a puzzle card for every puzzle we think we've solved. We have to put in an answer and start a conversation with Slackbot in that card. Never says we have to be right about all of the things we think, just that we have to put it in there. And what we know is that there's 51 clues. So this would be 51 puzzle cards you'd have to create, 50 or 51. And then you'd put in an answer and start a conversation with Slackbot. That would be one message. And then they want you to send another message, tell them what you're aware of and what you're not. So basically sending two messages. So if you were to do that for every answer, whether they were right or not, you would check off all of these milestones. You get the 50 cards, for one for each answer that you'd have. For the 50 cities, 51 with the crossword, 100 chats. If you're going back and forth twice in each card, you'd hit the 100 chats. So this to me is like blatantly him saying, get the milestones done. Like literally, that's what he's saying here. Whether or not the milestones themselves actually matter still remains to be seen. But he's literally, with these instructions, you will literally get the milestones done. So like I said, I recommended doing those. I got them done, as you can see here. And all I did was I just put in a bunch of spam, a card that says 13, and I just asked 1 plus 1, and then that's it. And I think maybe I'm supposed to have answers in there as well. So maybe I should actually add answers to these, because he does say put in an answer. So anyways, I recommend getting those milestones. I think you should be playing around with this site anyway, so you might just get those done as you're going about it. But if not, be conscious of it just in case it is the way that we let them know, hey, we're ready for the next stage. Maybe it's a clue that we get. Maybe it's access to a certain puzzle. I'm still not sure, but I was saying yesterday that I thought you should get those milestones. I was pretty sure of it. Now I'm like 100% positive. Like, get that done. That is definitely important in my opinion. Just keep going down. Here is the hint that we got. So he calls this hint 5, but keep in mind, he said before, I don't know the exact quote, but like everything's a hint. So even all this stuff up here, even if maybe this seems like it's just setting the stage, like this is all a hint as well. But hint 5, if you want to keep up with Mr. Beast, Salesforce, and Loan Shark Games, find our social pages. We like putting clues in what we talk about there. You might like to find our company's social pages, but only if you want to win $1 million. Something about the way this is worded is just so off to me. It's like, I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's like a clue. Maybe it's just intentionally being like, I don't know, phrasing it in such a way that I don't even know how to describe it. It just seems weird. Like, we like putting clues in what we talk about there. You might like to find our company's social pages. Just something about the wording just I don't know, it feels off to me. It seems like what they're telling us to do is to look at the social media pages of these three companies and look for clues there. And that's it for the update for today. I feel like I said, there could be maybe something in this wording that's tricky. Kind of one of the takeaways that I've had today and other days is that some of this stuff, like, maybe we don't have to think too deeply about. Like, just take him very literally for what he's saying. Like, especially up here, it's like he's literally telling us what we have to do. Sometimes it's maybe just like, don't overthink it. I know people like to, they'll put this into AI and then flip it and put it backwards and try to do a million things to it, and that might work too. But sometimes you just have to literally listen to what he's telling us to do. So a few social media clues have popped up, at least that I'm aware of. One of which was Salesforce here. If you're looking for a sign to join Mr. Beast's $1,000,000 puzzle hunt, this is it. Salesforce posted this billboard here. And they also did post it on Instagram as well. So I'm hoping that if you just go and check one of the social media pages, you don't have to necessarily check like every single one. So you could just, check all three of these companies on Twitter, X. You could check all three on Instagram. I'm not sure where else they're posting this. It might be, TikTok and other places that I haven't looked. I just have looked at X and Instagram so far. But it is the same post, same caption and same picture on both websites. So if you only checked one or only had access to one, I don't think you're necessarily missing anything. And so I guess the question is, what does this actually mean? It's a Salesforce billboard. It says, "Where's the money?" This is a website that we've been going to every day. Where's the money? And it's the CloudForce logo. It looks like a vault, and there's money inside. So this kind of got the wheels turning in my head, because what does he say about there? It says, "We like putting clues in what we talk about there." So whatever they're talking about here, there are clues in it. I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but it does say, "Where's the money?" And the money is literally right here in this cloud, in this Salesforce cloud, right? So in my head, I was thinking like maybe the key or the puzzle or something is in like a Salesforce cloud, product or something like something online where it's being stored. Let me just look real quick. Salesforce cloud. Yeah, I mean, they have all sorts of like cloud software where data is stored. So I was thinking, maybe the puzzle is stored in the cloud, in Salesforce's somewhere online that it can maybe be accessed from. And thinking back to like those 51 cities that we've been coming up with, it just seems like so unreasonable to have to like find all these 51 cities, and it's like a wild goose chase, and we're so unsure about some of the clues, and some of them you have to jump through a ton of hoops. So I feel like it could be that you didn't actually have to solve those, and like they all point to something stupid. Like it could be, hey, these are all cities where you can use Salesforce's technology. Like the only tie between all the cities is that they're like global, and it's just like you can use Salesforce across the world or something like that. Like, and the answer is in the cloud, which can be accessed from anywhere. Something stupid like that. Because to me, I think at this point they're in just the killing time part of the puzzle, and I don't think that like, hey, if you want to win this, you have to be able to solve all of these 51 puzzles that are just like absolutely insane. But who knows? Just in terms of other things that we see here, it says Clear Channel here. That's just the billboard company, so nothing to see here. One thing that did stick out to me, actually the first thing I noticed before I kind of went into this whole "where's the money" theory, is that the Salesforce logo doesn't say the word Salesforce. You can see here, it clearly says across Salesforce in white, and in this picture it doesn't. So it could be something that's super intentional. We know companies like to go minimalist and things like that as well. Like for example, Mr. Beast just has his logo. It doesn't necessarily say Mr. Beast. Does it normally say? I feel like, yeah, it would normally say like Mr. Beast on the bottom. So it could just be that they're both like minimalist and it's nothing there, but everything could be intentional. So I'm not going to just overlook that. It's like I said, it's very clearly there everywhere that I've seen it. So it just seems like that would be intentional. Other stuff in this picture, you know, I don't know if maybe we're supposed to look at the skyline back here, type of car here. Just nothing else that really like jumps out at me as being a clue. So I think it really could just be, you know, where's the money is the clue, and where is it? It's in this safe. So what could this imply? Are they talking about the, you know, the cloud product, Salesforce Cloud? Is there something with Slackbot that we can access the cloud? I haven't fully cooked that theory yet, but I feel like there is definitely something there, just based on today's hint. This is the Instagram page, so we'll just close that out. I went and looked at the other two, Mr. Beast and Lone Shark Games. Didn't see anything on their socials. Did we look at Mr. Beast X? I thought I looked here. I just don't have it open. Beast Games been crazy. No spoilers there. But I didn't see anything there. Lone Shark Games, I didn't see anything here. I was even on their like LinkedIn page and stuff earlier just to see if there was anything. But like I said, I think now that we know these get posted, you know, X, Instagram, etc., I think if you just wanted to only check these on X, I think you should be good. So nothing here. But I'm going to kind of add these to the daily rotation just of things that I'm checking. Usually if something like this does pop up, people are pretty quick in the Discord to post it and stuff like that. So you probably will just see it on your own, but I'm just going to check these as part of my daily search. This Instagram post from Chris Hemsworth is another big clue that got posted 6 hours ago. He said, "Call me for any heist needs at Mr. Beast. Crime 101 now in theaters now." Is that an actual movie that he's in? I don't even know. Crime 101, crime thriller. Interesting. Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, probably a decent movie. I just didn't know if maybe that was a clue, because clearly it's the name of the movie. But this video also got posted on YouTube, so I'm just gonna hop over to the YouTube. And I was super shameless on the comments of this, so don't get too mad at me, but I commented on it. I go, does this mean what I think it means? And I also thumbed up my own comment, which, what am I supposed to leave my own comment at 0 likes? But this is completely bait. Like, I just posted this earlier just because I was like, you know what, let me just like, maybe someone clicks on my page or something and they're like, oh, this guy knows what it is. I don't know what it is, but let's watch this together because this is the video that Chris Hemsworth posted on his Instagram. We know we've been looking out at his friends and for different social media posts, so this definitely seems like something we're supposed to look at. It also got posted on here by this Beast Force account. They also were the ones
Hey Jimmy,
oh, I gotta be careful with the audio here because remember last time it was super loud. They posted this Jimmy Fallon clip last time that we looked at. I'm just gonna mute it, but it had this puzzle in the background that's Jimmy's birthplace, so a lot of people were looking at that. This definitely seems like a very like legit account. This is Mr. Beast telling people sign up for Beast Games Season 3, and it's like it's him at the Super Bowl telling people it's football, not soccer. And any of these could be like clues as well, but it definitely seems like for now this is clearly the one that we want to focus on. So let's just watch this together. I'll turn the volume up. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. I always screw something up, so let's just watch this. Can I make it full screen or no, because it's a short? Yeah, I guess that's full screen. All right, so let's watch this.
no one is going to...
I feel like that's wicked loud. I'm going to turn that down. All right, hopefully this should be better. If I'll post a link if you guys want to find this and watch it on your own, but let's just watch it now.
This gift, yes, of course I'm watching it. It's literally right behind me. It hasn't left my sight.
Why is this like the lowest quality ever? Can I turn up the quality? I'm sorry to be greedy, but I feel like this is super low quality for no reason. All right, maybe it's just because I made it full screen. All right, so let's just start from the beginning.
No one is going to steal this gift. Yes, of course I'm watching it. It's literally right behind me. It hasn't left my sight. So yes, I'll make sure no one gets close to the gift. I'm keeping an eye on it. Sorry, I think someone's quinceañera is going on in here. No, I don't see a cake, just a mariachi band. But I can still hear you. You know, it's a little loud. But I don't know why you decided to leave this thing in a hotel, though. Like, you know, it's an open space. It's nice, but it seems silly. But yes, you're not wrong. But they do seem to be doing a lot of construction in here. I don't know why, but they're just putting doors in random places. I don't know. But anyways, make sure you come here soon. I just don't want to stand around here all day waiting on the phone for you know, you or maybe someone steals the gift. I know, I love you. I hope you're doing well. I just, you know, like, this is kind of boring, and I'm just, wait, where'd the gift go?
Hey, someone threw it
This
that
way?
way.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
So this is the end of the video, and I just pause it just because he shows us the inside, and there's all these highways listed. And I know people like looked all these up in Discord, and they're all stuff on the west coast of the U.S., like near like Portland. They all kind of connect to that like you know, northwestern corner of the country. So I don't necessarily know what they mean. Just watching this back, literally right now on the spot, I watched this earlier, but I was getting like big time Monsters Inc. vibes from this. First it was the door, like watching him scurry off with the door. I was like, okay, that just reminds me of the Monsters Inc. doors. But I was like, I wasn't thinking it's a clue. But then when he goes invisible, where does he, I guess I just skipped right by it, right? He's here, and then he goes invisible. I mean, that's like Randall from Monsters Inc. So maybe there is something to Monsters Inc. here. Seems super random that, you know, back-to-back things that I can tie right to Monsters Inc. like happen, but I don't know, that I'm just thinking of that now, right now in this moment, so I'm not necessarily confident in that. Let's just see what other people are commenting. It's always been hidden in the maps. Hotel in New York. Can I be in a Mr. Beast video? Can we ask you any game challenge questions? Hi, Mr. Beast. What's the quick way? Hint? 7th. JJ Nod with the 7th. I'm gonna say congrats. He was 7th. I mean, guys, can we give JJ Nod a shout out for being 7th on this? Like, that's pretty cool. There's only 9 comments, you know, hours later, but this guy says I was here. So you guys can watch this back. I'm gonna post the link to this if anyone's looking for it. I guess grab that as well. I'm just gonna throw this in the doc for right now, just as stuff we're gonna want later. Grab the shorts link. So yeah, I really don't know what my theory is on this. Probably these highways that they show at the end is the clue, and I don't know why this is such low quality for me right now. But someone does, like I said, have a image of this, and they went through and looked them all up, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's just see here. One thing I did want to mention is that people are moving forward as if this crossword is just already solved. So as you can see here, this is on our, I was calling this the BIS document yesterday. This is just the goated Google Doc, the best one I've found. A lot of good information compiled here, so a lot of people are looking for this link, and I can definitely send it if you still don't have it. But they're saying the crossword's closed as of the 13th, Friday, and as we know, first it was completely blank when we first got it, and then we got 25% of the clues. And what their logic is that using just the clues that we had, we're actually able to force the entire thing to resolve. And then they have a note here: if this feels wrong to you, consider how few numbers are required to uniquely specify a Sudoku. Interesting. That's kind of an interesting point. After solving the given clues, a constructor was able to create a crossword with consistent theme entries, soups. Naturally, there's a little bit of potential variation. However, based on the consistency of the theme answers, I personally believe that this is correct enough. And again, personally, this is whoever wrote this document. So here is what they have for the answers. And I did want to also note that this is the crossword link that we were using yesterday. It's now down. It's now gone. So I don't know if that means that it's solved, but it seems that way, right? If they're just taking the page down, and we can check, you know, put the 2 like I was talking about yesterday, maybe get rid of these, go back to our original link. This one is still up. Okay, interesting, but just the -1 is down. That is weird, actually. Alright, so I guess the fact that the original one's up maybe doesn't mean it's solved, but it seems like if they took that page down, that it could definitely be solved. These are the answers that people have come to as a consensus. Like they said, there could be slight variations, so maybe one of these words is, you know, wrong here or there, but we're just grabbing these circled letters, so, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of them might be off, but a majority of the puzzle is probably correct, and we're probably able to run with that. And this is actually one of the things that I asked Slackbot. Is I just said, crossword completed. Is it possible to solve a crossword if you only know 25% of the actual answers for certain? And what does Slackbot say? It says yes. Focus on fill-in strategies to expand known answers. Start with crosses. Use the 25% as anchors and then fill in intersecting words. So this to me is like confirmed that it's possible, and the community's been working hard on it. So I actually do now think that they are correct and that this is essentially solved. I mean, Slackbot is our go-to for these puzzle questions, and they're specifically saying that this is the case. So I forget what I asked up here. I hate that it deletes some of your conversation history, but I was asking it something about the crossword. He just said it's a puzzle, likely a word search. Yeah, so anyways, I just thought it was interesting that, I was able to confirm this theory using Slackbot. And the 11 theme entries all hide a type of hidden soup. So these are the clues from the puzzle, and they're like themes. And if you look in between each word, like the Blues Brothers, the word broth is in there, stock, curry, all stuff that relates to soup. So then which is confirmed by the revealer, Super Bowl Sunday, which makes sense. We found out about this on the Super Bowl. The circle letters spell. This is a consensus answer to the crossword. It's a place in Iceland. How do you pronounce it? I don't even know if I should try. Let's see what why did I just Google? Oh, so you can't copy stuff from this Word document if you haven't noticed that already. One thing I would say is that we really never know at any point. The person who owns this document could rip it away from us. The person who runs a Discord server that we're in could rip it away from us. Like anything that you have in here that you feel is really crucial and you want to save, like find a way to save it, even though they won't let you like copy and paste, or if you go to print, it'll say, I think it'll give you an error, right? Maybe I gotta be full screen. Alright, well, it's not letting me print it. I thought it popped up with an error normally. But anyways, you can't just copy and paste this. One thing that you can do that's tried and true is the snipping tool. Hey, I think this section's really important. I'm going to take a snippet of it, and now this is mine forever. I can save this to my computer. And if this guy goes rogue and deletes this, I still have it saved out. I'm good. So the circle letters spell. Let me type these in, right? I gotta type in pronunciation, right? Let's listen to
Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull. Eyjafjallajökull. I feel like that's actually not as bad as I thought. Anyways, Eyjafjallajökull is what people think the crossword answer is. It's an Icelandic volcano that made headlines during its eruption in 2010. This is somewhat confirmed by Iceland for 1A. Is the answer to that crossword puzzle. I guess they're saying, yeah, Iceland right at the top makes sense to me. If Iceland was like here, I'd be like, okay, that seems random, but the fact that it literally is 1A, bang, right at the top. This solve is further confirmed by noticing that the lengths of the soups match the entries for the mini crossword, and this mini crossword that they're talking about is down here in the corner. Again, we can't go to this website and find it anymore, so that's why I'm saying, like, save stuff. If you save that crossword now, you're like, nice, I still have it. I don't have it personally. I'm just looking at images because maybe I downloaded it at one point. I could find it in my files, but I didn't think to save it out. I didn't think, hey, this could disappear, but anything could disappear. Discord servers, Google Docs, or stuff from Mr. Beast apparently, so never take that for granted. So this little puzzle down here is the soups thing. They took these soup words, broth, stew, curry, they threw them down here. And then this is the part where I kind of got lost. They said the most likely answer here is Titanic hoop, which has unknown meaning right now. So I don't know how they got from here to there. To me, when I see this mini puzzle here, these red letters are highlighted. And are they highlighted on the normal puzzle though? I guess I can't remember if they were. Does this have the let's just see. I want to see the original crossword. Hopefully someone saved it out. Yeah, this is just a link, so it's not going to load. Let's go to our Beast Force website. Yeah, they don't include like the mini thing down here, which is unfortunate, just because I want to take a closer look at it. Okay, so it doesn't look like these boxes are highlighted. This guy was just like guessing places, but I think the soup thing is correct. See these red letters? I guess they must have highlighted those, but I was just thinking, because if you look at those, I mean, you can see, you know, what could be like water orb. Maybe that is what they, I don't know. Anyways, I thought that these were highlighted on their own. Maybe they're not, though. Looking at this, maybe this person highlighted them. I don't know how they got to Titanic Hoop. One thing I was thinking was water orb, which when I did Google water orb, what came up? Old School RuneScape, no. I'll say water orb place. Shoot. My algorithm's gonna give me OSRS stuff. This did come up though. I forget what I typed in exactly. Water orb. Orbis et Globus. It's a 9-ton concrete orb in Iceland. So another tie to Iceland. People call it the water orb. I mean, that seems like water orb to me. Interesting. What? Morb is the best rock in the world. Is that what people call it? Morb? I don't know. Anyways, it seems like we're tied to Iceland. It seems like this is correct. I don't know how they get to Titanic Hoop. Like, when you Google Titanic Hoop, like, I don't even know what was coming up. It was like some basketball team. That can't be it. Some earrings. I have no idea how they got. Titanic Hoop's a Twitter account that posts memes in 2017. I kind of need to look into this more, and I did look in the Discord, so we'll look at that as well. It's just weird to me that that was their conclusion, was Titanic Hoop, because that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's take a look at Discord. I don't really think I have anything else to go through here. This is that Google Doc from yesterday. I don't really think that they're cooking much these days, so we have our really good doc that keeps getting updated. I'm just going to keep relying on this one for the most part. I'll look at the other stuff to see if anything pops out, but I'm not going to go over it for now. Let's take a look at Discord and see what people are saying. One thing I did notice a lot of people saying was just like, not to call this person out, but like hints 4 and 5 are not helpful whatsoever. Like, to me, I kind of thought that they were. Like, hint 5, the social pages, I guess maybe that's not the most helpful, but it's telling us something that we're going to have to do. Maybe there's nothing yet, but it doesn't seem completely useless. And then 4 was the special version. Yeah, it was when we got Slackbot, and I feel like we knew that we got to find out these puzzle cards are key. Like, I feel like these were actually big hints that are laying the groundwork. Like, people are looking for more like puzzly stuff, but like these are ones where he's like telling us exactly what we need to do. Don't overthink it. Just listen to what he's literally telling you to do, and I think you'll be fine. As you can see here, I was looking Titanic Hoop up in the Discord. He said Titanic Hoop, a highway in Ireland. Titanic Hoop. Yeah, everyone's talking about it for this Icelandic ties that it has. Still doesn't make sense to me. Is a clue for Great Circle. I think we have to find the Great Circle distances for I'm not gonna go for it again. I'm not gonna go for the pronunciation again. Titanic Hoop, Chaotic Point. It's not perfect, but it come to the conclusion. Titanic Hoop, one across Ireland. Ring road surrounding Ireland. Circle letters. Titanic Hoop for ring road that surrounds the entire island. What does that even? Ring. Let's get to ring road. Okay, well let's find out a little Iceland history. In 2011, there was these words are so tough to pronounce. There was a glacial outburst flood that destroyed a bridge on the ring road and caused cracks to appear on the glacier. So this guy's basically saying the ring road. I still don't get how they got to Titanic Hoop here. Anybody figure out what Titanic Hoop means? People were saying this like a couple days ago even. I don't get it. I think the Titanic Hoop is the next key to the vault. As you can see though, like even people were posting about that place in Iceland as of, when was like the first post of it, I guess. Let's just see real quick. Get rid of the comma. Yeah, I mean, this was on the 12th at 4:30 p.m. I feel like that's Thursday at 4:30. Like, these people were cooking. Let's see what this guy, Unreal Engine. Let's just see what he's been posting about, because this guy, oh, maybe I can't actually look up his posts if he is private. From, can I do add search filters, author type, Unreal Engine. No, where do I type in his name? From, I feel like I can only do like message from. I don't know. Unreal Engine, let's just see if I type literally that in. I don't know. Anyways, this guy was cooking like 4:30 on Thursday. There's an ice cap in Ireland. Like, people were cooking on that. What else do we have here? I still don't get the Titanic hoop thing, but I'm just gonna, I've learned on a lot of this stuff that I'm just gonna trust it. If everyone thinks it, they're probably right. I don't know what I'm talking about. They do. They are just cooking on these puzzles, and I'd never be able to solve them. This guy, I think, was, I'm a crossword constructor, and I wanted to take a crack at the puzzle. Theme is Super Bowl. This is all the stuff that we said, basically from the doc. These are the exact lengths of the gray boxes in the bottom right. I wrote some code to permute all of the possible placements of the soups into the oven slots. There's only one where it leads to a sensible message down that central column, but that message is Titanic. Okay, thank you for this. This guy's a legend. Yeah, look at him. He's getting all these reacts. It goes down the message. That's how you find it. Where do I... Titanic hoop. Oh, duh. It's right there in the middle. Titanic hoop. Interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily like the clue. I still am interested why they highlighted these boxes, because to me I was like, oh, let's look at the highlights. Water orb, Iceland, makes sense, good to go. But yeah, Titanic hoop. Maybe that is something. Like he said, though, you could put a 5-letter word here. You could put a 5-letter word there. You could put a 5-letter word here. You could put a 5-letter word there. So this is not guaranteed to even be the order of these. Obviously, these are the right things that go here because they all fit. It just works and it makes sense. But I guess Titanic hoop seems like one that could be a little far-fetched to me. Let's just see what else is going on in the Discord these days. Still on the Titanic hoop search, so let's just go to chat, jump to present. What do you got for us, Maddie? Has anyone won the puzzle? No one has won it. The prize is still unclaimed. We know that. Challenge was launched. All right, that's, yep, we know that. That's why we're here. I would be very upset if it was solved, because what would I be doing right now? 12 o'clock Saturday. They're just posting time. Welcome to the cap store. Grab some deluxe cap. Yeah, this is, people are just yapping at this point. I mean, doesn't seem like there's much analysis going on in here. Urgent. This guy tagged everyone, which the fact that anyone can even tag everyone is crazy. Like, this guy's not like an admin on the server. He just, anyone can just do like an everyone. Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of power. Not going to encourage people to do that, but that's a lot of power, being able to tag everyone. Urgent. You're playing the wrong game. Lone Shark literally told us, we think you're ready for the next stage, but we don't know that. This is from the clue. I don't know why he's saying from Lone Shark told us. We think you're ready for the next stage, but we don't know that. Tell us what you're aware of, then we'll know what to send. You could be a clue. Read that last line again. You could be a clue. Where did he get you could be a clue from? That wasn't on the Mr. Beast website, was it? You could. Yeah, I don't... You lost me on that one. You could be a clue. Let's give them a chance, though. They don't have the final code predetermined. They're waiting to see what we find, then building the final crossword answer around our discoveries. This isn't find their answer. This is become the answer. Whoever creates puzzle cards first with a method will define what the correct solution is. They'll construct the final crossword clue to match whatever method gains critical mass. I have 8 cities via base 5 decoding. If I submit first a full methodology, that becomes canon. The crossword gets built around it. Stop searching for their answer. Start defining it. Create your own puzzles now. Whatever method you have, first mover advantage determines the final code. Race is on. I completely disagree with everything this guy's saying, but if there's one thing I know, it's that if I disagree with what someone's saying, they're probably right, because I've seen people come up with the craziest theories in this past week, and every time I'm like, what are they talking about? The next day I'm like preaching it as if it's gospel. So I completely disagree with this. I think that for just basic like legal reasons, I don't think that they'd be able to do a puzzle that didn't have an answer and it was getting determined on the fly. That seems crazy to me, and I don't ever see a world where that could be true. But like I said, if there's one thing I know about myself, it's that I don't know anything when it comes to this puzzle. Let's just keep going up here. Why nobody talked that I predicted the log before they even posted this. So this guy's saying, hey, 3:16 a.m. Let's turn logic on. Clues are everywhere, but videos and content is not the puzzle itself. The hidden code is hidden even for team. Where begins Slackbot logic? Replying puzzle for Slackbot. This is a puzzle, not for us. We are observing. Hidden code to Jimmy. Slackbot needs help to solve the puzzle. This is not a clue. Say Slackbot. This is not a clue. Nothing here is a clue. I don't. He's saying he like predicted this part at the bottom, I guess. I kind of agree with him that. Do I agree with him? Maybe I don't actually agree with him. Never mind. Cancel that. Which screen goes with the clue? That's like old info. This guy's posted his theory again. I really feel like there wasn't much motion today. And like I said, a lot of people were thinking these clues like weren't worth that much, which to me they kind of confirmed a lot of things, and I got as much out of them as I feel like I have any other day. So honestly, even I feel like clue 4 with Slackbot I got a lot out of. It's going up here. Everyone's posting this video. This is a Chris Hemsworth link. It's the same video in both. We know that. What do we have here? There's a bird rotating. Yeah, these are stuff we already know. Where was that location thing? That's what I gotta find out. I know there was that map. Where did I see that? Was that in the Google Doc? I think that was actually in here. Yeah, there was definitely something about the Hemsworth thing in here. Hemsworth, like I said, this doc's the best. I was literally right here. Oh no, maybe not. Here we go. Chris Hemsworth Instagram reel, February 13th. Like I said, when I'm looking at this, it's 6 hours ago. I mean, they had this up pretty quick. People are on top of this. So Chris Hemsworth stole a box from Mr. Beast with a huge diamond and a bunch of highway signs. These are all the highways. If you live on the West Coast, maybe you know some of them or all of them. The highways all terminate on the Pacific Coast. As you can see, it's all these purple routes. And then all the highways begin at US Route 101. If we take the first letter of the cities in or near the US 101 terminus, we spell land of Cairns. We interpret this to be cluing the state of Queensland, Australia. This is a land containing the city of... What is that? What does this word actually mean? Can't say I'm educated enough to know. It's just a city in Australia. Okay. Pronounce
Cairns.
So he's saying land of Cairns, Queensland. Okay, I guess, I mean, Chris Hemsworth Australian, right? Or no, is he? I don't even know. Chris Hemsworth Australian? Question mark? Yeah, Australian actor and film producer. So there could be some ties to Australia. This US Route 101 thing, that's why I was curious if this was even actually a movie, Crime 101. Could definitely be tied to that. I was like wondering if this was like a fake movie that they just created for this challenge, but it is a real movie. Maybe it was just a convenient time to work it with this clue, or maybe they specifically worked it around this Route 101 because they had the movie 101, and we can see the 101. What does it say above it? I feel like it says a word above it, like alternate or something like that. Not to Route 101 Oregon images. I guess it just says Oregon Route 101 maybe above it. US Route 101. Yeah, wow, it just literally runs like down the coast. Kind of a cool route, huh? Can't say I've ever been there. So this is another, I guess, ongoing puzzle. People think it's Queensland of Australia. They haven't called it solved yet, I don't think, in here, but it seems like that could be of some use. Anything else in the Discord we want to look at? People are just posting links, and this is why it's good to be in here, because if you are just casually looking at this, like maybe you haven't seen this video yet, and people are just, it's probably been posted here like 20 different times, so you're gonna see it if you're looking at Discord. And if you need the invite, just let me know. These are the consensus crossword answers, so if anyone needs this image, here you go. Not everyone's guaranteed to be correct, but I tend to think that the Iceland answer we came to is the ultimate takeaway there. Just going up, seeing what people are. Yeah, hint 5 is so useless. Like I said, people were not having hint 5, so I don't know what they thought they were gonna get, but as we know, we still got some work to do on this. We're just getting spoon-fed little bits and bits every day. Answer the crossword's location. We know that. Yeah, not a whole lot going on in Discord right now, so I'm not going to waste any more time going through. I will solve the puzzle. I will solve the puzzle. Say it. I like that. Give him a fire emoji. Let's just see what's going on in the Discord calls. As you can see, 97 hours strong. I've never seen that. Like, I've seen some Discord calls that go on for a while, but crazy just seeing one call. Obviously, only one person needs to be in there at any given time, but still 97 hours of doing that. Caption here says literally just gambling. Let's hope that they're not what they're doing right now. Let's see. Just slow-mo watching these videos, going through stuff. Not really anything I want to be doing right now, but respect to them. Can look at this chat just to see if anyone's talking anything good right now. Not sure if this means anything. Whoa. Lone Shark Games. This is on, what is it, Blue Sky? I kind of like forget what that is about. It's Blue Sky social media. Yeah, Blue Sky. And then it's, what the heck's the name of the Lone Shark Games? It's just interesting if there was something posted on there. I wouldn't have even thought of that as a social page to go to. I really don't even know this social media. Yeah, I mean, this isn't not something, right? No, this is, all these posts are from today. No, they're not. Okay, they go way back. Months and months, actually, so no. This could definitely be legit. It's weird to me that it's, nothing was on their Twitter account. Let me just see. If I'm signed in on X on a different account, does it actually load up different tweets? No, it loads up the same posts. Alright, I didn't know if this was like an old feed or something like that. But it does seem like potentially there's stuff on this Blue Sky website 6 days ago. So I'd say this is kind of the start of this. Let's just look at all these posts just because I have never looked at this website in my life. So did I start playing an ad somewhere? Maybe that was a stream sound. I have no idea. Anyways, we're so excited to see our Seattle Seahawks make it to the Super Bowl. I love that people are still doing hashtags. Like, this is the most like 2016. And maybe this is part of the puzzle, but it's just funny. Like, I feel like people just don't even do hashtags like this anymore. Or maybe it's a thing on this site. What am I talking about? Make it to the Super Bowl. We just had to make a little puzzle about it. Make sure you tune in and watch closely on Sunday the 8th at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. I'm surprised that Lone Shark Games is picking sides, but they must be like a West Coast company like we saw with those different routes out in Oregon. So this says the Seahawk is a... Wow. The Seahawk is which eats a raptor which eats fish. This large bird is usually called the fly off of its prey, its habitat. Dang, I have no idea where these ad noises are coming from right now. Oh, I must still be in that Discord stream, right? Surely that's what it is. Get out of there. I'm like, dude, do I just have like an ad open somewhere and I gotta go through every tab? Its habitat is wide-ranging, including the Pacific Northwest and all the world's... What's this last word? Am I dumb? And all the world's... Just want to see if people have been posting about this. I did not know this was a thing. B-Sky. People are like not even talking B-Sky. But maybe they should be. This is interesting. So this could be a puzzle. I still don't know if this is more to that. $1 billion puzzle update from our friends at Salesforce. Now the case is open. 100,000 investigators already on the hunt. Way more than that now. Top locations down. Oh, that's just where people signed up. But there could be something to this. I'm going to skip it for now. Some hints. This was a hint literally just from the website. Or is it? With the Super Bowl ad, everything passed by as a clue. Last but not least, the pinned comments. All right, this was we already knew. This is the hint. Day 2 numbers. Not gonna look into that. Hint. We know that. Status update. February 11th. Hint 3. Our buds. Argnet wrote about the $1 million puzzle. Check it out. Interesting. Did you watch? This seems like this is just a legit post, but anything could be part of the puzzle. Did you watch when Mr. B stopped by Good Morning America and chatted about the $1 million puzzle? Dropped a big hint, apparently. I don't know if I saw that. Let's check it out just in case. Good Morning America. No one has solved it. I think maybe I did see a clip of this. Salesforce, you can ask questions. Yeah, this is like him describing it. I don't think that they actually... Oh, as for hints, this is look for some numbers and photos that I took at the Super Bowl. So that was like we saw the number 73 on that girl's shirt, and there were numbers on the scoreboard. So, okay. And let's just see here. February 12th. Today you get a new friend, a custom Slackbot. Hint 4. Stats. Okay, Loan Shark game. This is... I mean, they're posting this Salesforce thing. This is a sign. They're saying that as in, like... ironically, because it's a literal sign. When will the next hint drop? Is there time for that? You just wonder, though, what this could mean outside of the theories I've kind of thrown out there so far. Friday the 13th. Who knows if any of that, like, obviously he knew the calendar and he knew that this puzzle was still going to be going on at this time. So, February the 13th, Friday the 13th, Valentine's Day, President's Day, like, some of this stuff could tie into the puzzle too, for all we know. I mean, he knew that the puzzle was going to be ongoing on these days, just because it's been impossible to solve so far. So, yeah, there could be something with Friday the 13th, but I don't necessarily think there's, anything to look into there. Hint 5. Right now is a great time to check out our Facebook page. Interesting. Right now is a great time. Is this just an ad, or is this our latest episode of Hello Puzzlers? Dude, Loan Shark Games, just when I thought, I was pretty sure earlier, like, hey, with the Salesforce thing, just have to check X, just have to check Instagram, just have to check one. Loan Shark is, like, all over the board. Their X had nothing. Their B-Sky has all kinds of posts. And then that leads you to their Facebook, which has different posts. It's like, well, there's a lot going on here, Mr. Loan Shark. What did they post today? Every time we see our games climbing, it's a reminder what we do in the first place. I'm sure they're getting a ton of web traffic lately. Our latest episode of Hello Puzzlers, Friends of the Shark, AJ Jacobs and Greg Pliska sing our favorite book, The Hunting of the Shark. And one of our favorite projects, The Maze of Games. I don't think that this is anything for our puzzle. They probably know that anything they post, people are gonna, like, go crazy with it, and people are gonna listen to the show, and, like, it's literally could just be an ad. So I'm not gonna look into that myself, but we never know what could be. Oh, I guess this post is on B-Sky as well, so at least they're consistent there. That's good. Where did I even get the B-Sky link from? I don't even remember at this point. Was someone in here? B-Sky gaslighting. I honestly don't even remember where I got that from anymore. I think that's all I have for right now, so we can kind of go through our notes and our theories and everything else right now. Is there anything else that I want to talk about? Let's going through my infinite tabs. No. All right, so let's go through our notes. I grabbed these links from earlier. Just want to grab the like star formatting. All right, what do we want to say? Still true. I'm gonna do a still true section again. Still true. So I don't even know if I necessarily want to keep copying this over and saying the same things every single day. So let's tighten this up a little bit. Let's say, how do I want to word this? Current stage of the puzzle has us looking for 51 city names using various hints. Bang, right, straight to the point. People don't need to know stage 0, stage 1, whatever. At this point, you probably already know it. I'm not going to go over it for the zillionth time. Let's just be clear, concise, looking for 51 city names. We don't know what to do with them, but we know we were looking for them, kind of. What else do I want to say for still true? This crossword I can't say is still true because the link literally does not work, as we saw. Weird. BeastForce.fun has all these consensus answers. They don't have the rest filled out. Slackbot told us, hey, 25% is enough to fill in the rest of this stuff, so it's entirely possible that people were able to figure this out. I mean, you figure how many, you already have a lot of the circled letters. You only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta be missing one. You only need 7, so even if you got like 5 of the 7 correct, it's only like 2 letters that might be off. That's probably enough to come up with that long place in Iceland. So I don't want to grab that link anymore. I do want to keep grabbing this link. A lot of people have asked me for this link. This is our go-to doc. We know it. We love it. We've used it. We're relying on it. We're taking screenshots with the snippet tool just in case. Like, we need this. We don't want to lose it. So maybe I should just post a link in the description or something like that. But if anyone does need it, let me know. As a lot of people have been doing. And we're just going to say, this Google Doc is goated. And we'll just do that. Cool. We know that because, like I said, these are things that are still true that we know. This Google Doc's goated. I'm not gonna grab the other one that really hasn't been as good. It's pretty much all that I want to grab for stuff up here. And I guess new stuff from yesterday could still be true as well. So we'll just say puzzle cards are key. Puzzle cards are key. I'm just gonna say puzzle cards are key. I don't even know. Key to what? I don't know, but they're key. We're gonna stick with that. So then we'll add our new stuff that we know. And this is going to be just lazy about getting this formatting because we need the stars. The stars are important. New stuff that we know. We'll say crossword is plausibly solvable. Can be solved. I'm just gonna say solvable because it's plausible, but yeah, it is solvable per Slackbot, even without any more hints than the 25% of clues we were given. Community consensus is that place in Iceland that I cannot pronounce. Where did we have that? Let's go to here. When in doubt, our best doc, Iceland. We think this is our 51st location. Community consensus is, I keep trying to copy and paste from this Google Doc that you just cannot copy and paste from. I have it open right here. So we're gonna say bang. We can get our dots, keep those. Don't need that formatting. Iceland is the 51st location. What else do we want to say? New stuff. going back to our clues here from today. This stuff that create a puzzle card for every puzzle you think you've solved, put an answer in. This was the stuff I was already suggesting to do. Now I'm telling you, you should do this. You should be doing these things. You should be creating a puzzle card for every puzzle you think you've solved, put in an answer, and start a conversation with Slackbot in that card. Regardless of if you think you need the milestones like I do, you should be doing these because he's literally telling you to do them. So don't overthink it. Just do them. He doesn't tell you have to be right about everything. You probably won't be because there's so many, but there's a bunch that we're pretty sure about. Put them in there. Put in filler cards like I did. I don't have all of mine in there. I just wanted to get those milestones, and maybe over time I'll get every answer in there if that's a requirement, but I'm not even worried about getting every correct answer because who knows what some of the correct answers are. And last thing I'll just say about this, keep up with Mr. Beast, Salesforce, etc. This is stuff that we know. We're going to keep up with them on social. Keep up with on social media for potential clues. Even though like I was saying, the wording in this, like social pages, I was just wondering if there's like different ways to interpret any of these things that they're saying. Putting clues in what we talk about. Just trying to think if there's any way that a thing could read one way but actually mean a different way. Social pages, I think that has to mean social media, but maybe there's something in the wording there. Keep up with them for potential clues. I was gonna say doesn't seem like you need to check each platform, but maybe you actually do, just because Lone Shark Games, that whole B-Sky situation. I'll just note here, we found clues for Salesforce on X/IG, Lone Shark Games on B-Sky, and Mr. Beast on YouTube, I guess. Do I even want to put that? B-Sky, get familiar Google Doc, and I'm just going to put these. I'm not positive about the Mr. Beast. If we found anything specifically like they're talking about for this, in the same way that we found these posts. I don't even know if we actually found one for them as well, but we know they're on B-Sky, so I'll just keep that there. Anything else that I want to say for stuff that we know? I don't think so. So what else can I say? Let's have theory crafting here. Time to put out some theories into the universe. This is why they pay us the big bucks, because we are putting theories out, and one of them could be right. So how do I, can I change this and make this like, I want to like really, we'll just do that for now. Theory crafting. First theory that I have is milestones, and this is one that I had yesterday. Now I'm even more confident in it. Milestones. Get your milestones. That is, if there's one thing you take away from me, I want it to be that you're gonna get these milestones done. Get them done. Mr. Beast is literally telling you to. He never said the puzzle cards had to be correct. But they do have to be filled out, which will in turn unlock the 4 milestone achievements. I'll put that as like a side note. Alright. Actually no, let me keep this up here, and I'll put this as a side note. I'll say I think milestones will be key moving forward. Potentially new Slackbot accounts may be unable to access a puzzle or a certain clue, or obtain a certain clue, until they earn all 4 milestones. This is me putting a theory out there. I could be wrong, putting myself out there and saying what is a guess, but something that I do feel good about. Felt good about it yesterday, feel better about it today. And it's milestones. Get them done. Play around with Slackbot. Get all these milestones, however you have to do it. Obviously, if you can do it with the actual answers, probably that's the best way to do it. But at the very least, just do it like I did and just dump in whatever. What's 1 + 1? Don't go too fast. We know Slackbot doesn't like that. But get your milestones. So that's theory number 1. Next theory I'm going to go to is cloud theory. And I'm putting a question mark because I don't feel as good about this one as I did the milestones. Yeah, I gotta change this. More bullets. This is crazy. Stars? Can I do kind of want to do 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, like how confident. Let's do a gold star, right? You see a gold star, you're like, okay, that's more important than this little cloud theory. So cloud theory could be that a puzzle, a clue, a hint, or even the final answer is hidden inside Salesforce's cloud. This theory is based on the X/Instagram social media post from Salesforce. What do I want to say here? Kind of want to get into, let me just say, this contest is an ad for Salesforce. So I don't think it's going to be like, hey, hack into the Salesforce cloud and figure out the hint, because they don't want to, they're advertising their product. They don't want you to be like, hey, it's unsecure and you can hack into it. I don't think it's going to be something like that, but it might be something that connects with the Slackbot. I'll say this contest is an ad, so we're not going to need to try and hack into the software. And then I'm just going to say, do the 51 cities even matter? Or are they connected in a silly way? Silly is probably not the best word, but a silly way, such as, global, such as across the globe. I don't know. Do I have one more theory? I'm gonna say just that sometimes we need to take Mr. Beast's clues very literally rather than overthink them. And this is just what I was talking about with the ones for today and ones from other days as well. He is literally telling us, if you want to get to the next stage, they need to know that you're ready. How can you let them know? You have to do these 2 things. Once you do that, they'll know. So literally, do these 2 things. Just do them. He's literally telling you, do these things. So don't overthink it. Just take him very literally sometimes. I think that's where I'm at for theories. Like I said, this one is the one that I feel the best about. Cloud theory, work in progress. I did look earlier when I was looking at that post to see if people were talking about the cloud, and there hasn't been that much discussion about cloud hosted servers. We breached their cloud storage container. That's what I mean. It's not going to be something where it's like, I hacked into the Salesforce cloud. It's like, all right, great ad for your company if that's how you solve the puzzle, right? It's just interesting that you think the word cloud would come up more, especially with it being one of their major products, I think. It's cloud software, it's cloud storage, all that type of stuff. So no one's really rolling with that. Let me see what people are saying about the milestones. I asked Slackbot about the milestones. He said it wasn't necessary. Has anyone hit all the milestones? Anyone spam them? Yeah, I mean, not that many people talking about them. And to me, it's like, when I saw this earlier, I just thought it was so obvious that this could easily be referring to those. When you get down to this part, that'll tell us what you're aware of and what you're not. That less so makes me think that we're talking about getting the milestones down, because maybe you do have to meet a threshold of, you know, a certain number of clues hit or something like that, because they need to see what you're aware of or something like that. But if you just look at these 2 lines specifically, which are bolded and is what he's literally directing us to do, this is get your milestones done. So moving on, new section that I wanted to add for today, and we're onto a new page, which is crazy because I felt like I tried to be concise, and I don't even know what font this is. Roboto 12. I kind of like it. Holding myself accountable. Assuming this is just the default. Oh, maybe let's add these to the new stuff that we know. Let's add the short to here. No. Let's add this to here. Put in the Salesforce post, and then these can get kind of their own line item. Bang. Rip that out. Grab this. We also found clues. Also want to note that Loan Shark Games is on B Sky. So yeah. I guess I don't need to add so yeah. Just feels like a weird sentence to me. This is the Hemsworth video, which may lead to Queensland, Australia as a clue. And then this is the same video just on YouTube if that's easier for you. It's easier for me. I would rather watch it on YouTube than Instagram. Let me just grab this formatting. Holding myself accountable. So I kind of want to hold myself accountable just in the sense of putting concrete guesses out there, and just seeing like how accurate I am, how far off I am, etc., etc. So holding myself accountable. My official theory is that I think the key to the final answer will be, how do I say this? Stored in the Salesforce cloud, which is likely accessible from anywhere in the world. Let me just see if that's actually true, right? What countries is Salesforce accessible in? Salesforce is accessible globally for cloud-based access with specific enhanced local data residency is officially restricted in sanctioned regions: Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Syria, and Russia. Okay, so I don't remember any clues in any of these countries, but I definitely do remember the Moscow one we had yesterday. So it is interesting that Russia's on this list. Potentially that throws off what I'm about to say. But for the most part, which is, I'll say, accessible across the globe. I'll be more vague. The connection between each of the 51 locations is that you can use Salesforce's cloud there. That you can access Salesforce cloud there. Not the most confident in this theory. This is just, like I said, I want to write down my theory each day and then compare and contrast. So just going up that social media post, which is the most recent hint we got, and just in terms of something that would make sense to me, like I never thought, hey, we're gonna have to travel to these 51 cities, and we still don't know how we have to use them. So this at least could explain that, hey, the 51 locations didn't even actually like necessarily matter. Is that you can access Salesforce Cloud in all of them. And then, so that's my theory for right now. And then I'm just gonna say puzzle will be solved Our final answer will be solved by, what do I want to say? Kind of wanted to put a prediction down, and now I'm like thinking about it. I'm just like, what day is it going to be solved by? And I really don't know. We looked at like the prediction markets last time and everything. It seems like it's not going to be by the end of this weekend. Probably goes towards the end of the month. I think there's a chance it extends into March, right? I'm going to guess March 8th. I'm going to guess. I'm not going to say solved by, because if I can say solved by, I'll do, April 3rd when the thing officially ends. But will be solved on March 8th. And people that are watching this right now are like, God, I hope that's not true, that we have to wait that long. That's just what my gut's telling me the more this goes on, is that this is going to get extended out really long. And all this stuff in the beginning, yeah, people are finding clues, but you could essentially join in at the end, skip a lot of that, didn't have to put in all this hard work that people have been doing. And credit to them, it's been fun going through this stuff. Some people are good at that stuff, but it's a lot of time to be doing all these different things, and I just don't know how much of it actually is needed. So I don't know. I could see a world where it just wasn't needed, and it's like something silly where it's literally just to kill time and to advertise for their company for a month long while people solve these super hard puzzles that just kill time essentially. So final answer will be solved on March 8th. Didn't really get into like strategy talk. It's mostly the same stuff. I kind of want to keep this. Yeah, I'm going to keep this in terms of still true. Yeah. I'll keep that. No, I'm not going to keep that. I don't think I really need to say that just because we get into it down here. I'm trying to shorten this a little bit, even though I'm now like adding new sections, adding gold stars, adding another new section. I'm trying to make it a bit more concise. I think that this is pretty much good on everything that I have. How long have I been live on the stream for? I literally have no idea. Like you get locked in on this. Next thing you know, you have 500 tabs open, and like you're just like, where am I? And that's me right now. I'm like, where am I? So it's late. It's getting late. But this is clue hunting hours as well, so it's never too late for clue hunting. Like I said, I'm gonna be going hard all weekend. Appreciate all the support on the YouTube page. I did want to, let's just see, I'm waiting for someone to like yell at me on these comments and be like, you idiot, you don't even know what that means. Alright. Anyways, there were some comments I was getting earlier. Guys, I super appreciate any comments, any questions, any likes, subscribes, all that stuff. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to look to see. I know someone commented a theory on here that I wanted to look at. I've been trying to get back to people as much as I can. People ask for links. Sophia, the BIS. It's so funny that I just called this like the best in slot BIS link, and now like just seeing someone else refer to that is just funny, even though they're calling it that because that's what I called it. Let me send them this link real quick. If anyone needs it, guys, I'm happy to help out. I just want to look. I thought that someone posted some long theory like right before I went live, and I was like, oh, I'm going to come back to that. This was the guy I wanted to come back to. And I haven't read all this. It was like too much, because I saw this paragraph and I was like, oh, cool. And then it was like 10 replies and they were all him. And I was like, let me give this some time and some thought. I'm outside the eligible region. If you consider building a team, you can count on me for brainstorm. I respect people like this. Like, they're just like, hey, I want to help. These are my observations, things I observed from the challenge that are connected to previous Mr. Beast videos. Fire juggling. All right, so we're coming out right out the gate. Fire juggling originated from people in New Zealand. He shot an episode of Beast Games in New Zealand, but although it originated in New Zealand, it was commercialized by Hawaii and Samoa in the 40s and 50s. Boxing has its roots in Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. This is a lot. This is actually we're going like he's quick firing here, so this is like a lot. I kind of want to give this more time. I was thinking this is going to be like one theory that I could kind of read and go through. This is like bang, fire juggling, boxing, the Yankees mascot. This guy is like dumping everything that he has on us, so I don't just want to like skip through this. I guess I want to give it some time. But this guy did go through, and like other people have liked this too, so people are finding it helpful. The poem might be the voice of San Francisco. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is super valuable. Or even if it's not, like maybe one or two things are. I'm quick to scoff at people and to be like, oh, fire juggling, like that's meaningless, that's useless. What is this guy talking about? But as I've said for the 1,000th time, I know nothing. People on the internet are apparently the smartest puzzle solvers in the world, and if they sound crazy, they're probably like dead accurate, Sherlock Holmes status. So this guy might as well be Sherlock Holmes as far as I'm concerned, even though I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm just gonna say thanks. I'll give this a look, which I will do. I just don't want to do it right now because it's so much. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it for YouTube comments. Appreciate everyone who tuned into the stream. This is the part of the stream where I farm a clip for my YouTube channel, and I just reread like all the stuff that I basically just said. So if you are going to tune out now, I appreciate you being here. If you do want to just go over everything again, I might not have anything new, but maybe one or two things here that, you know, talk about differently. So let's recap. February 14th, Valentine's Day, another day, another hint, hint 5. These are things that we still know to be true. Current stage of the puzzle has us looking for 51 city names using various hints. We know that. Yesterday we were talking about stage 0, stage 1. Keeping it simple. This is what we know. I just said this Google Doc is goated. A lot of people have asked me for this link. Maybe I'll just like include it in the description of the YouTube video or something like that. But super helpful here. We're getting updates about stuff that, you know, Chris Hemsworth just posted on his social media, and someone's already got a whole post breaking it down, mapping out routes. I mean, like some of this stuff, maybe it's like, oh, you typed it into ChatGPT or something, but this feels like someone took time to like map all these out. Maybe there's, I don't know, generated in an Overpass Turbo. Maybe it is like automated, but still, this document's getting updated all the time. Goated Google Doc, still true to this day. And one other thing I wanted to mention was you can't copy and paste. You can't save your own copy, but if you do want to save stuff, just to make sure you have it saved to your computer, snipping tool, grab it, save it. You never know when this stuff can disappear. It's a very valuable resource. We're very appreciative of Team Omega for posting this, but maybe as it gets closer to the prize, they say, hey, we want to win. Let's take away everyone's access. Who knows? So just always be looking out for yourself. Never take anything like that for granted. New stuff that we know. The crossword is solvable. Who would have guessed it? Not me. But per Slackbot, if you ask Slackbot, the crossword that we only had 25% of the clues given to us is solvable. You can brute force it with just that little information, which still doesn't make sense in my head, but that's what we're being told by Slackbot, which is our go-to source for questions about puzzles. The community consensus is, I gotta ask Google how to pronounce it one more time because it's easy. It's easier than it looks, but I'm gonna listen.
Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull. So the community consensus is Eyjafjallajökull, Iceland, place in Iceland that we looked up here. That's what they think the 51st location is. Using that crossword that is now solved or effectively solved. Other new stuff that we know, create a puzzle card. I'm just going to say stuff you should definitely do. I'm going to move those over. Stuff you should definitely do. Create a puzzle card for every puzzle you think you've already solved. Put in an answer and start a conversation with Slackbot in that card. This is literally Mr. Beast on his website directly is telling us in bold to do these things. I have theories about why you should do them, but that almost doesn't matter. He's literally telling you to do it, so do it. That's my recommendation. How do I restart that? So another thing that we know is that we should keep up with Mr. Beast, Salesforce, and Loan Shark Games on social media for potential clues. Check them every day. Check the Discord if people post any links to that. We have our one post from Salesforce earlier that we looked at, so I'm just going to keep that here. I have my theories about what it means. Either way, could be a clue, so just save it, whether you agree with my theory or not. So I just said we found clues on X and Instagram. For this one, it was the same clue on both websites. So next time, I'm probably not going to be checking Instagram. I'm just going to check X. If I don't see anything there, I'm going to assume there's nothing on Instagram as well. Also want to note that Loan Shark Games is on B-Sky. If you don't use B-Sky, I can't blame you. I don't really know much about it myself, but what we did find out is that they post on there, and they post on there a lot. So this is where you should go for Loan Shark Games. And is there a better link than this? Why is that link got... I think that's a weird URL. They have an X page, and they don't post on there. So a little bit inconsistent in that sense with some of these clues. I'll just post... Yeah, in case anyone's looking for their profile on there. Liam Hemsworth video, which may lead to Queensland, Australia as a clue. These are just the links to it. He posted a video on his Instagram, also posted on Mr. B's YouTube, and it gave us a hint with some different highway signs. People smarter than me track that down to mean Queensland, Australia. But if you want to see those videos, you want to come to your own conclusions, go and check his Instagram, check this YouTube short. Same video posted in both spots. Theory crafting time. These are my own theories, which means they're probably wrong. But we're putting theories out there and seeing what sticks. Milestones. I was big on this yesterday. I was saying, guys, I think you should just get these milestones done. It just seems like something that could be worth it. Now I'm saying definitely do it, like 100%. If there's any advice you get from me, do the milestones, get them done. Mr. Beast is literally telling you to. When he tells you to create a puzzle card, put in the answer with Slackbot, you're going to get these milestones if you follow his directions, because you're going to make 51 puzzle cards, you're going to have 100 conversations, and you're going to get every milestone that you can. Whether or not you need the milestones remain to be seen, but the steps that he's telling us to do will cause you to get these, and I already thought they were worth getting. So to me, I think you should definitely get these done. I think they could be key moving forward. Potentially, there's something where for a future stage, a new Slackbot account, someone who joined the game late, maybe they can't access a puzzle. Maybe they can't obtain a certain clue until they earn all 4 of these milestones. And again, these milestones, these achievements are right there in Slackbot. Milestones. On Slackbot, just in case anyone's confused about where the milestones are. Next, I have the cloud theory. This one I feel a little worse about, but totally could be something to this. Could be that a puzzle, a clue, a hint, or even the final answer is hidden inside Salesforce's cloud. And when I say that, maybe that could just mean somewhere where it's on an online network that we can access, maybe through Slackbot, maybe through a website, whatever it might be. Maybe you get some password to log into something and you can access the cloud from there. I just think that with these locations, they're all over the world. I don't think you're going to have to actually physically go there. I think it's going to be something where it's something silly where it's, the cloud can be accessed from all these cities, and that's where the, hint is, or that's where the final answer is. Basing it off that social media post that we looked at, I don't think you're going to have to hack into the cloud. I think that would be a really bad ad choice for Salesforce. And I just said, do the 51 cities even matter? This is a question that we end every day with. We got all these answers. Do they matter for anything? Is it something silly, like I said, that, the cities just, the way that they're connected is they all extend across the globe, like Salesforce's cloud network or something like that. It could be just something very simple. Sometimes we need to take Mr. Beast's clues very literally rather than overthink them. I'm pretty much just referencing ones like these where he's literally telling us what to do. Just do it. Just do it. Don't think about why. I mean, obviously, I'm giving you my reason why, but regardless of if you agree with me or not, just do it. He's telling you to do it. Don't overthink it. Take it literally. And then just to wrap it up, holding myself accountable. I think, and I'm not that confident in this, but right now, if you put a gun to my head and ask for my guess, I would say I think the key to the final answer will be stored in the Salesforce cloud network, which is probably accessible across the globe. No, I'll just say which is accessible across the globe. The connection between each of the 51 cities is just so you can use Salesforce's cloud in all of them. And then my other guess is that the final answer will be solved on March 8th. I really hope that it's solved sooner than that. I am having fun with this, but that feels super far away. That feels like March 8th is never going to come. Again, these are just guesses. Just want to hold myself accountable and put something out there and just see how my guess is. It's easy for me to look at other people's guesses and call them idiots and say they don't know what they're talking about. So let me get some skin in the game, hold myself accountable, and we'll look back in probably a few days and be like, wow, he was way off. But maybe we'll look back and be like, hey, there was actually some useful stuff similar to like today. How if you look back yesterday, I was saying I think it's worth getting these milestones just in case it unlocks some sort of access. Probably unnecessary, but makes sense to me. So like they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. If we can be right twice a day, I think that's pretty good with the difficulty of this Mr. Beast puzzle. Anyways, thanks everyone who watched, and good luck everyone in your clue.